put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And we are back here on Tobago Updates this morning. It is a little bit too late. It is 7:46 in the morning. And we continue our program with Miss Gizelle Drue, owner of Tobago Wyck. She is here, all smiles, of course, because she's here. She has some exciting information to share with us in light of International Women's Day, in light of her pushing forward her business as an entrepreneur, starting just recently, but reaching this far. Yes? Good morning to you, Miss Drue, and to our audience that is onlooking right now.
Good morning, Natalya, and by extension, Tobago, Trinidad, and the rest of the world.
Good morning, Miss Tobago Wyck.
I like that.
So, of course, you know, it's international, well, the lead up to International Women's Day. It is, you could basically say International Women's Week. We'll take the week, thank you.
I think we'll take the month.
We'll take the month? You want the month?
Yeah.
We need to stick with what they give us at home.
Nah. Women don't listen. We don't listen. We don't follow rules. We just...
Sometimes. We do, you know, sometimes. But in light of the follow-up to International Women's Day, let's stick with that because they gave us the day.
Okay.
Yeah. You have, of course, your budding business. Yes, and that is what we are here to speak about today. Of course, we are here to speak about both product and services, and you'll tell us a little bit about that later on in the interview. So, in light of International Women's Day, what is Tobago Wyck offering us?
Okay, so I'm a woman, as you can see, and what we are offering for this entire week is 10% off all Tobago Wyck products. So that is diffusers, candles, incense, sage sticks, any Tobago Wyck product. You can get 10% off at the store. The store is located in Mount Pleasant, and that's in the Le Chateau building.
And of course, you have other branches in Tobago besides the Mount Pleasant branch?
Yes, actually, I have a branch also in Canby at Dominion Appliances, so you can also get 10% off there as well. We
oftentimes see Tobago Wyck in Portmore. Are we still there?
Yes, we actually, well, we are sporadic. We're all over the place. So we actually have a lot of persons that would buy stock from us and resell in their locations.
So the Tobago Wyck that we see on the Port Mall is, of course, your products?
Yes, it is.
Of course. Okay. Right. So tell us a little bit about the products and the services that you do offer. I know you want to focus a lot on the services because you have something very exciting for us in store. But tell us a little bit about the products that you currently make, the ones that you started off with. What have you improved on in your works that has gotten you here today in your business?
Okay, so as a lot of persons would know, Tobago Wyck was a COVID baby, but we are far past that now, and we have expanded. So we have a product side, and now we have a service side. So on the service side, we basically currently offer sessions where persons can celebrate their birthdays, anniversaries, anything, even just a date night. You can do. The sessions are approximately about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Usually the larger groups have such a great time that we just usually give them the night. So sometimes I am packing up 1, 2 in the morning, and it's because people have had a great time. So we are now looking to expand on the services by offering classes, because a number of persons would have been saying, okay, we enjoy the session, that's one-off, that's fun, but you know, what else can you offer? What else can we do? Can we do, you know, a more in-depth session? So we at Tobago Wyck basically took some time to, you know, engage and look at what we could offer. And we are proud to announce that we are going to be offering classes beginning in April.
So you mentioned that there are date nights that people would come and make candles with, right?
Yes.
Are these couples invited to the classes?
Yes.
They are.
Yes, by any means, sure, if they're interested. So the classes are from age 16 and up. So there's no cap on that, a very wide range. So yeah, all the date night persons, all the married persons, the
Senior folks,
yeah,
anybody willing to come and learn how to make
yeah, for
candles.
sure.
Right, right. Okay, so what time would your sessions be and what days would be the sessions?
Okay, so now with the sessions, we have a booking app that is always available to you. So the links are in all the bios across all the social media handles. Even if you WhatsApp me, you'll be able to get the link. And once you go on the app, it'll give you a calendar and you can choose the days you want to do these sessions. Now, for the classes, that's going to be set up a little bit differently. So for the classes, it's going to be on Thursdays. We're going to have it on Thursdays. It's going to run for 5 weeks and it's going to be from 6 to 8. So that's going to give persons to get home, have a shower after work, grab a bite to eat and make it back out to class.
So if I decide, okay, let's say I have work after 6 in the afternoon and your class runs until 8. Am I allowed to duck in and duck out?
Well, I am not going to advise that you duck the people's work.
Right.
However, these classes are multifaceted. It's going to give some persons an opportunity to delve into business for themselves. For some persons, it's going to be a hobby. And for some persons, it's primarily just going to be fun and a good time.
Okay. Would materials be provided to us in the classes or do I have to go online and order in my international week for this class?
No, so the cost of the class includes your kit, your apron, and everything that you will need, not just for the class, but also for you to continue, if you so please, at home. And basically, we're going to go through everything. So every week we'll touch on something different, the different wax types, the different wick types, coloring, scent pairing, and you will actually get the materials to work on your own as well as to work if you'd like to continue.
So these are scents included and stuff like that?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Scents, colors, everything will be provided for you. Everything is within the package. The only thing I will say is for some of the classes, if extra material is needed, we do have a local person that we'll be using to source materials from them.
Okay, so if I want to come to your class and make a pink jasmine scent candle, I can come and learn to make that?
Sure, if that's what we're doing on that day, yeah.
Okay. Would an outline of the classes be available to those?
Yes, so we'll have an outline of the classes. Sorry, I should say we have an outline of the classes, and also we have a solid copy of everything we'll be going through for you to have even before the classes, after, to go through at any point in time. That's yours to keep.
Right. So I know this information is available on the flyer, but I want to hear it from you. Our audience would like to hear it from you as well.
So
where do I register? Who do I speak to? What do I walk with? How do I get prepared for these classes?
Okay, so you don't need to walk with anything. You can register on location. As I said again, upstairs Rashad's men's store. That's Mount Pleasant, the Chateau building. We are open from Monday to Wednesday, that's 10 to 6. Thursdays, we're not open. Fridays, 10 to 6. Saturdays, 10 to 6 as well.
Okay.
Or you can send me a WhatsApp. That's 868-290-1122. Very easy to remember. And I can give you the directions as to how to register.
So, okay, so for those of you who weren't able to get this number, as
Did I say it fast?
No, you didn't. You said it well. But for those of you who might want to go and look for the information afterwards, it will be available on the Tobago Updates Facebook page and social media outlets. Right, so one last question to you as we wrap up. Should I say 2 last questions? Sure. What is your advice to entrepreneurs who would like to get into this business? You mentioned that you would be giving kits to people who would like to continue on even after the classes. So what advice do you give to these starter-uppers?
Okay, so what I would say is go for it. Sometimes we look at classes from a perspective of, oh gosh, the cost is high. But we're not looking at the cost now. You're looking at the income that this could possibly yield for you later on down the road.
And do you mind mentioning the cost of the class?
No, I don't. It's actually 2,200.
Okay.
1,100 is the down payment, and the other, for the balance of the payment, it could be paid in 2 parts.
And I think coming with my hands swinging and having everything provided for me, I think that's a good cost. Right. So you were saying about the
yes. So I was saying that, you know, persons need to look at it in terms of this could be a way of income. If you look at the Tobago landscape, it's very small. However, there aren't many persons that are doing what I'm doing, and there aren't many suppliers either. So this is something that persons can think about, you know. You don't have to stay in Tobago even. You can go to Trinidad, you can go up the Caricom, you can go anywhere you want, but you would have gained a skill that you can monetize. And I think that that's the way young persons should look at it. And I would even say for older persons or middle-aged persons, it's good to have a hobby. It's good to have something that you're doing, something that's hands-on, something that's fun, something that's therapeutic, because I didn't mention that. It's very therapeutic to pass the time.
And I know that it's, well, we keep saying it, that it's International Women's Day coming up, right? And I think it's a good time to mention this because you mentioned that it was a COVID baby. I imagine that it was a source of income for you during the COVID period, right? So for young mothers and young women, I should say, in general, what is your advice to them in terms of entrepreneurship on a whole?
So my advice to them is really and truly to get into it. We know that because it's been said time and time before, everybody cannot work for the government. Everybody should not aspire to work for the government. And the reason why I say that is for any country, the better the private sector is doing, is the better the country will do, because then the money is circulating, everybody's happy, you could buy a bread, I could buy a bread, you know, and it creates a better, you know, a level playing field. So I think for young persons, for women especially, you know, don't make the mistake of thinking I'm in a relationship, I'm married, you know, I'm safe. There's no safe.
Right.
You know, you can find safety in what you do, how you provide for yourself, you know, and that's something that no one can take from you. You know, so developing a skill and really honing in on that skill and monetizing, it doesn't get any better than that. Now you could put yourself in a position where you create your hours, you on your time, and you know, it's hard work. I wouldn't say that it isn't, but it creates a better opportunity for you to place yourself better in life.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Gizelle Drue, owner of Tobago Wyck and a woman in business. Right, thank you for being with us here on Tobago Updates this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Viewers, we continue on with Tobago Notes and of course part of your favorite morning program, Good Morning Tobago with Miss Candice Jackson. So those of you still with us and those of you now joining, we ask you to share the live, share the live, share the live.